opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Throwing on first down. Hahn. He completes this to Walker. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. To throw on second down. Hahn. Flush to his right. And he goes out right around the 39. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just heading straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And a loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. He dumps it off to Barkley. It's a room to maneuver. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there. Yellow, yellow.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. In motion comes the tight end left. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. 2 yards, good enough for a first. The Giants at 7-5 now in the year. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Pass to Brown, he's got it on the crossing route. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Noah Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point put through by Suckup. And that makes the score 7-0. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. And he elects not to bring this one out as his guys will take over at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it, you can't afford any more missteps, though.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Hahn, throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Hahn. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hahn. And incomplete on the deep ball.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. They'll need to get up to the 30 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Off the play fake. Hahn. And that will be incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the 1st down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking 1st down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a 1st down.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. A handoff, Barkley running left, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very 1st quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Giants are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, They can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the next-gen stats show him reaching at a top speed of 20 miles an hour. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. Past the 20. 5. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They give it off here to the tight end. And he is going to lose yardage here. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Walker is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to have a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Escaping the pressure right. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On first down, Mahomes rolling to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Cardinals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2. He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Going deep here for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big pickup of 38.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. Walker now at 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Hahn. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Delano Hill. And the Cards will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw. Hahn over the middle, complete. That's Watkins. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. A nice pick up there, 10 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hahn. And Walker has it. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hahn sliding out of the pocket. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Working with a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Hahn. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kyle Pitts in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now stands at 13. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far to scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he will have a Giants first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Steps away. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Delano Hill.
And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To throw on 2nd down. Hahn.
A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler. And the Cardinals are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Here's Walker.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Walker once more. And he'll be stopped up short as the tackle is made at about the 3. They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. Sanders' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Benjamin St. Just.
Uses the stiff arm.
But such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is and oftentimes is successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hahn, he's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Quez Watkins.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Cards are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 23.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Mahomes throw there, hauled in by Claypool. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
On 2nd and inches, Mahomes on the move to his left. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the paper.
He's got a man. Complete.
And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
A huge play there for Arizona. 55 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
This one goes underneath to Walker. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Forced out, touchdown!
Kyle Pitts
with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game.
And the Cardinals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 35. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They go play fake. Mahomes. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. After the sack on 1st down, Mahomes And my goodness, another interception. Picked off Byron Jones.
And the Cards are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They go play action here on first down. Flushed out right. He's going to look deep for Watkins.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Rowe.
And the Giants are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they...
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Benjamin St. Just, and the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Hahn to the left side and complete for Amari Cooper.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. The kick by Sanders is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now And all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. To throw, it's Mahomes. Got a man, it's Brown. Down inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds. A big play that time on a catch and run. 30 yards. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Mike Evans there to make the grab. And the Giants get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Throwing to start the drive. Hahn.
He completes this to Walker.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. On 1st down, Hahn repeated the last play, finding Walker. Touchdown, Cardinals. Ken Walker. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cardinals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Second down, here's Barkley again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it breaks up 4th down.
Hey, 43, 15.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Now here's Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Well, we know he can run the ball. There he shows he has the ability to do a little bit more.
That's what you call a complete player. A guy who can run it, catch it, probably can protect the passer when necessary, but his skills are best used when you get the ball in his hands.
And that's the thing. When you've got an athlete like that, you want to get the ball to him in multiple ways, right?
Without a doubt, because he often creates mismatches about who can cover him, whether he's coming out of the backfield or even lining up like a receiver.
Lions second set to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And this game, it could very well turn out to be the shocker of the weekend. Not too many expecting them to come in here and win. And they're not just winning, they're dominating. And now trying to finish this one off.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Right back to Pitts again. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Throwing on first down. Hahn.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. On first and 10, Hahn. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Giants will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 30.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Throwing again on second and 10. Mahomes. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football.
Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. On first down, Hahn. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Giants come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And the lopsided